Hello everybody, today I will be talking to you about blood composition. First of all, the purpose of blood is to transport everything that must be carried from one place to another within the body. This includes like nutrients, hormones, waste, and body heat. It has unique attributes as blood is the only fluid tissue in the body. Although blood appears to be a thick, homogeneous mixture, the microscope reveals that it has both solid and liquid components. Solid components include red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, while liquid components of the blood includes plasma, a mixture of water, sugar, fat, and protein and salt. Cells in the body can include erythrocytes, leukocytes, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphatocytes, monocytes, and platelets. Erythrocytes are also known as red blood cells. They lack a mitochondria, so they make ATP by anaerobic processes, which means that they do not absorb any of the oxygen that they're transporting. They are made up of very small, flexible, cell-shaped biconcave discs. This means that they have a circular disc that is hollow on the inside. They outnumber white blood cells 1,000 to 1, and the amount of hemoglobin in the bloodstream determines how well oxygenated the bloodstream will be, and a homeostatic imbalance of erythrocytes can result in something called anemia, which is underoxygenated blood. Leukocytes are white blood cells, and they, although outnumbered by red blood cells, are very productive and important in the homeostasis of blood, and they fight off infections and acute diseases in the bloodstream. And a homeostatic imbalance of this is leukemia, which is a cancer that happens in your bone marrow when your blood is going somewhere to fight an infection. White blood cells are classified in two major groups. They are granulocytes and agranulocytes. This is depending on whether they contain visible granules in their cytoplasm. Blood clots happen because the collagen fibers and elastic fibers, typically found in other connective tissues, are absent from the blood. Instead, dissolved proteins become visible as fibrin strands during blood clotting. Platelets attach to torn skin, and fibrin connects the platelets to form a clot. Plasma separation is when you spin your blood to use the plasma for a various number of health benefits. Blood is a complex connective tissue in which living blood cells, the formed elements, are suspended in plasma, a non-living fluid mixture. If a sample of blood is separated, the plasma rises to the top, and the red blood cells or formed elements will fall to the bottom due to them weighing more. Most of the reddish formed elements that fall to the bottom are erythrocytes or red blood cells. There's also something called a buffy coat, which you can see in a diagram is in between the red blood cells and white blood cells. This is made up of leukocytes, white blood cells, and some remaining formed elements. These act in various ways to protect the body and help stop bleeding. Homeostatic imbalances in the blood can be anemia, leukemia, hypoglycemia, and hyperkalemia. Anemia, like we've already touched on, is a condition where there is a lack of hemoglobin in red blood cells causing underoxygenated blood. It can cause you to feel very cold. Leukemia is a type of cancer that affects blood in bone marrow, causing abnormal production of white blood cells. Hypoglycemia is a condition where blood glucose levels are abnormally low, leading to symptoms like dizziness and confusion. Hyperglycemia is a condition characterized by high potassium levels in the blood, which can disrupt heart function and lead to serious complications. oxygen in the bloodstream regulation happens when it comes from the heart to the liver and kidney. Then it goes to the red bone marrow in your bones, and then it goes back out to your bloodstream oxygenated. Hemostasis is where your blood actually clots and forms a scab to prevent bleeding, and it has 3 phases. They're known as vascular spasms, which is where the initial tear in your vein happens or a cut. And then phase 2 is a platelet plug, which is where all the white blood cells will rush to the surface of your skin and cause that solid surface. And then congelation is where the scab will close and then come closer together so that your skin can produce more cells and heal itself over. All done. Thank you.